George, coming to you, your first podium in Formula One. Not the way you wanted it, of course, but it's still been a very significant weekend for you, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I think, obviously not the way I'd have liked to have scored my first podium. And a little bit of a strange feeling achieving it in this way, but at the end of the day, we've been rewarded for such a fantastic job yesterday. And as Max said, I mean, just such a shame for everybody at home watching and all the fans here. But it was, I mean, even I was, just in second behind Max, and anything over 200 kilometres an hour, I could not see a single thing. Literally, I may as well have been closing my eyes down the straight and was having to lift off the throttle. So it just wasn't safe at all to race. So I think the FIA made the right decision.
And that visibility problem was the same at 3 o'clock and at 18, 17 or whatever time.
I mean, to be honest, it probably got, as Max said as well, it probably got worse. And as it starts to get dark and the rain increases slightly, it was probably never really in a good state to drive. So, yeah, it's been a very long day for sure. But for the whole team, it's a massive result. For us to be standing on this podium, it doesn't really matter how we've achieved it. We are standing on this podium is a huge result for us who, remembering we finished last in the Constructors' Championships 3 years in a row. And here we are this weekend qualifying on the front row and standing on the podium. So, I'm really proud to have achieved this with the team.
And you've really secured that 8th place in the championship, it would look.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I believe the amount of points we scored in Hungary were probably enough to have secured that 8th in the Constructors. But I think it probably takes even more pressure off now to go out, really put everything on the line, maybe try some more extreme things to see if we can learn anything more, because I think there's no reason why we can't score more points. And looking forward already to next weekend, obviously going to Zandvoort, amazing circuit. It's probably going to be difficult to race, but I think the whole atmosphere there is going to be great.
And George, how did you fill your time?
Yeah, just talking with people. I was really hungry throughout the whole duration. I wanted to nibble into something, but because we didn't really know when that restart was going to be, we sort of dragged it out. And when it got to 6 o'clock or whenever it was, and I was starving, so played a bit with some tennis balls, and that was about it. Just waited for the rain and got wet.
Thank you, George. Great job by you.
Thank you.
This weekend. Lewis?
Yeah, I mean, if we did have to have a replacement race, then I have nothing against coming back here. Obviously, one of the best races and circuits in the world, and obviously so many fans who probably love Formula One, who live locally or in Belgium, didn't have the opportunity to see what they came here for. So maybe that could be another way to repay them for the loss today.
Thanks. George?
Yeah, as Lewis said, coming out of turn 1 all the way up through Eau Rouge and into turn 5, I think for me, I felt like as soon as we was over probably 200 kilometres an hour, that spray was just too drastic, and I had absolutely no idea where Max was. And I mean, that was probably less concerning. It was more concerning, for drivers behind, because they can't see me as well. And I don't think I rarely got full throttle down the straight, and you're just losing this tyre temperature as well. The laps behind the safety car and everything, one after another, was just making it impossible out there. So yeah, as we've said, I don't think we may as well have been driving up the straight with our eyes closed at points, because that's how it would have been at a race start, and there would have been chaos. So we made the right call to not race from 3 o'clock onwards. Whether we could have pushed it forward, preempting this weather, who knows.